That's how I count them, just keeping time. Simply won't do. Crazy is this ticket to Tulsa. Crazy is a drink off the wagon. 10,000 skies. 10,000 skies. All that I'm asking is just one more night. 10,001. Braver than walking through fire, braver than saying goodbye. 10,000 skies. Skies roll across heaven, fold into one. All that I own now, I hitch my heart to a cloud passing by. I wish forever was more than a word. 10,000 skies, all of them blue. 10,000 skies, all of them blue. Oh. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. This is number 11, and I'm just glad you are here. Thank you for showing up. I'm a little bit behind. One feed is kind of behind, so I don't know what I'm doing, and the other feed is kind of ahead, so I don't know what it's doing. That's all right. It doesn't matter either way. Thank you so much. Hey, Drew, good to see you. I'm playing through a whole new system thing, and hopefully the sound is better tonight. And thank you for your smelly applause, everybody. Hey, Bacon Family in the house. Bacon Family, every time I mention your name, I feel hungry. Hi, Andy Jaley. Good to see you, lovely. Yeah, the sound is... I went through a whole new thing. I found a new thing to go through. So it's going through YouTube, but it's going through a pre-thing through the thing. Peter, yeah, I'm gonna come over your house and stand at the bottom of your driveway at some point. We'll hang out. 10,000 Skies was written by me, trying to write impressionistically. I was missing somebody I cared about, and I was thinking about getting to them, and it's just an impressionistic tune, and there's not a whole lot of story tune in that tune, but I have a bunch of tunes tonight that do have stories behind them, and the tunes themselves tell the story. So that's my vibe tonight. If you think of something that I haven't thought of, I know that's open up a can of worms. Asking this crazy bunch of people. Drew, this thing is called light stream. And that's a horrible thing to say to a man who's over 60, light stream, but that's what it's called. And it's a sort of online preamp kind of thing. It's not unlike YouTube, but then you stream it to YouTube. And that's how it makes it go. Hey, Jason, good to see you, brother. Appreciate you being here. And I'm glad you guys are hanging out. So I have a bunch of tunes that tell stories, and I'm going to tell some stories about the tunes. I made that up. One of my close friends, Lisa Jeanette, has a bunch of other ideas for themes as I go through this thing. Because I'm ended up doing this. Hi, Candy. I'm glad you're on. It is Memorial Day, so let me play this song for you. Come up my front steps in their dress blues, stand on my porch in their shiny black shoes. But the front door's been broke, jammed shut since my man left home, so I tell them come on in round the back. Yeah, my man can fix anything, if you know what I mean. Make that tower of Pisa so it don't have to lean. Lord, he make me feel safe and so secure, I just want to jump up and sing, thank you, Lord. They hand me this letter, all bordered in black, some papers to sign, and this folded up flag, to tell me he was brave, and I said, why, tell me something new. Why he climb up my roof in the rain and the snow to adjust my antenna for my favorite show. Lord, he make me feel safe and so secure, I just want to jump up and sing, thank you, Lord. I got a broke kitchen table and there's mud in the yard, and the house needs a coat of Sherwin-Williams. Just when I start thinking that life is too hard, that's when I think of him and how he's defending us from something. Got a rusted out Chevy up on blocks in the yard, and the house needs a coat of Sherwin-Williams. And just when I start thinking that life is too hard, that's when I think of him and how he's defending us from something. Yeah, that was my oldest. He's the oldest of five that I can barely keep fed, clothes, much less alive. Never had nothing, so he ain't got nothing to lose. And just like his daddy, he'll go off to fight. And when I tuck the old full of children into bed that night, Lord, I feel so safe and so secure, I just want to jump up and sing. I feel so safe and so secure, I want to jump up. Lord, I feel so safe and so secure, I want to jump up and sing, thank you, Lord. Yeah. Thank you. That is off of. That's off of. It's called That Front Porch Song, and that's off of Unfamiliar Moon album that was released. What was that? 2004, 2006, something like that. And it's a protest song. And somebody said to me once, "Do you ever write any protest songs?" And I said, "Well, I did." I have a couple things that might be considered protest songs, but they weren't very good. And I think the best songs really are stories. And that was somebody's story. And you do the protesting. That's how I look at it. So you do the protesting, you see what's happening in the story to that person. And that's how I approach the whole genre, rather than a placard kind of thing. That's not my milieu to paint a big thing. So that's how I look at a protest song. So I'm going to end up playing a lot of old material. I think I've got a list of stuff here. Oh my, I haven't played that in a while. I'm gonna play that. I'm glad it sounds better. Hi, Ann. Hi, Becca. Dean. Karen. I got your note today. Thank you. I'll be 83 in August. I probably shouldn't drive at night. Add to that this rain slick road. Even in the cracked headlight, it's clearly just a fender bender. Sorry I ran into you. Here's a roll of $100 bills. Pretty certain that'll do. 80 years will give you wrinkles. Wrinkles never hide the eyes. Eyes are always a dead sure giveaway. Even through the best disguise. Kid, you got the kind of face like I could tell you anything. It's been a long time between confessions. The peace that might bring. A good hitman learns to hide the powder burns. Pull the trigger in a glove. Take another name forever. Take you the ones you love. I've been coaching Little League. I know the children's names. There's nothing like my tulip garden or my toy electric trains. Then they came to Inglewood Shootout. We all scattered with the wind like petals from a late spring dogwood, never to be seen again. That was back in '67. You think I'd settle far away? I keep a close eye on this city, cause this is when my Yankees play. Kid, you got the kind of face like I could tell you anything. It's been a long time between confessions. The peace that might bring. A good hitman learns how the powder burns. Pull the trigger in a glove. Take another name forever. Take you the ones you love. Someone's always got an axe to grind. Some kid I never seen before. Some son of a job I done. Some kid out to even the score. Maybe I'm a kitchen whisperer when his mama's in her gin. Maybe number one on his hit list. My good fortune running thin. You seem to be a nice young fellow, and I know it's getting late. No need to trouble 911. I memorize your license plate. Kid, you got the kind of face I could tell you anything. It's been a long time between confessions. The peace that might bring. A good hitman learns how the powder burns. Pull the trigger in a glove. Take another name forever. Take you the ones you love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sounds just feels good tonight. Oh, brother, I don't have. I got nothing for you. I don't have that one. That is a great story song too. I'll have that next week. Hi, Louise. What are you testing, Louise? I don't know what you testing. Hey, thank you, 6568. Thanks for being here. Hey, that song, I was touring, and I was in a motel in north of New York City. And it was a half rainy day, and a big black car went by with a guy with really slick back hair. He looked older, but with slick back hair. And he was looking at one of the other rooms at the hotel, and he gave it long scrutiny in this big black car. And then he kind of drove off. And I said to myself, man, I wonder if that was like a hitman. That was kind of spooky. It was kind of strange. But so that's the key behind that song. I just made that story up. So often when I'm trying to do a thing and write a song, people ask me, what comes first, the lyrics or the music? And I pretty much 90% of the time say lyrics, because I really want to be a storyteller. More than anything else, I want to be a storyteller. So that's where the lyrics come from. I want to tell the story, and then I find the music to make it work. And that story started with that fender bender with that old guy, and that guy gets more and more insidious as the song goes on. And I'm glad you guys are showing up. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. Yeah, annoyed person. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Roger. Thank you for coming over I did a special guest set over at Dean Friedman's Dean Zine. The guy that wrote, he's a good friend of mine. Ariel, from the late 70s. He wrote that tune, and he's a brilliant. Oh my God. I listened to the whole podcast, even though I wasn't on all of it, but he's God brilliant. And I don't know if he's on tonight, but if you guys know him, tell him that I said it over and over again, how brilliant his songwriting is. Hey, baby, what's up? What's up, Tommy? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Well, thank you for that, Peter. I'm that's part of the deal. I try to tell the story and be a poet at the same time. And it seems like I'm digging up old tunes for that. This I can't believe I'm playing this. There I was, working at the window, turning pennies and paychecks into savings and loans. Reach for the ceiling, she said, the gun's quite loaded. Fill the bag up with big bills, and I'll be gone. Caught her eyes underneath the bandana, wild as fire. That's when I fell in love. Everybody lay down, count to 100. Except for you, boy, 'cause I'm taking you hostage. What's that I feel between my shoulder blades, like ice cold steel? She explained it was a pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Do as I tell you, you'll be alright. Don't try nothing funny, I'll let you stay alive. A woman like you seem so bright. Why you wanna lead a life of crime? Tried it your way, but I got burned. I thought I had a job and a good man, but I had a lot to learn. I found out quickly the real road to success. Sense of security is all wrapped up in this here. What's that I feel between my shoulder blades, like ice cold steel? She explained it was a pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Hot water Chevy, she works so fast, I swear to God she did it with just one hand. Blue lights flashing in the rearview mirror, we took the back roads and we lost the man. Deserted rest stop somewhere on the highway, she taped my ankles and then tied my hands. Gunned the motor, blew me a kiss, sped off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Finally got myself untied, just sat bolt upright. By my side was a bankroll of $1,000 bills on the ground. She stole my heart, but Lord, she left me here with this pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Pound of prevention, 16 ounces of cure for this hard world. Pound of prevention. Yeah. How good. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks. Hi, Bill, Bosch, and everybody there. Thank you so much for the letter. I'm going to read part of your letter online. Bill, let me know if it's all right to show the baby's picture online. If not, I will not, but it's such a cute picture. I wanted to put it up in the thank you segment, which starts at 9 o'clock. But the rest of you people, yeah, hey, Suzanne, it's great to see you. I'm glad you made it, too. What a nice little community you guys are. I could pinch your collective cheek. Y'all so cute. Mm-hmm. Is Peter Kaufman, are you out there anywhere? I'm going to wait for you to come up if I see your... if you say, hi, Becca, thank you so much. Ellis, yeah, man. Great, glad you're here. Hi there, Crow Harp. Yo, I got something for you, Peter. Let me talk about pound of prevention first before I start that. I just gave it away. Hi, Erica. That was another movie song about a robbery, of course, and it's stolen. The idea is stolen with a protagonist slash antagonist, a woman in it, and it is a ripoff of Joan Armatrading's Opportunity. If you go listen to that tune, you'll see where I got the idea for a robbery. And I took the robbery in another direction altogether. So that was a lot of fun writing that song. And I love writing story songs because if I'm honest and writing a story song, to tell you the truth, I have no idea where the song is going to go. And that's really how it should go. I should really be writing in such a way that sometimes you can have the thing from top to bottom, but sometimes you go, hey, Amber Black, Amber of Color, which is what I call her. I'm glad you're here. So, Peter, this is for you. This is off of Up on Rockfield. And I was trying to write as if I was Steve Earle or Bruce Springsteen. And And I got a reviewer that said he reviewed it and didn't put the review out. He was so kind about it. He said he didn't like this song or the rest of the album because it basically illuminated the fact that I was not anything like those people. But I made it clear Up on Rockfield was my tribute to other singer-songwriters, and I was trying to write like them. Yeah, okay, I'll show it later. Thank you, Bill. Here you go, Peter. It's 4 o'clock in the morning on this side of town. A lonely dog barking is the only other sound. Sitting in my car outside this judge's house. 10 years to the day that he brought his gavel down. 10 years ago, but I recall it like it was yesterday. A man remembers when you take 10 years of his life away. Judge lives here on this side of town, where the grass is greener and the driveways long like memory. They go on and on and on and on and on. The yellow bus was parked outside the schoolyard gate. I stepped on the gas, sped around, and didn't see her till it was too late. Whiskey on my breath made my trial a formality. You did what your law book said you had to do to me. Judge, I got a 10-year anger burning, and I got plans for you, but that's all gone now, like some forgotten thought in the morning dew. Judge lives here on this side of town, the grass is green and the driveway is long like memory. Oh, they go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. The judge, your kids are grown now, mine are too. They go on and on and on and on. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Wow. I don't know what happened to the stream. Wow, the stream froze, huh? Maybe I need to play Let It Go. It's unfrozen. Well, that song came from another just batch of storytelling, and is it back? Hi, Mary Beth. Glad you're here. So, did y'all find out what happened at the end of that song? Did you hear what happened? Did you know what happened at the end of the song? Let me know if you need a primer as to what. Oh, internet. Let me know if you need an idea of what happened at the end of the song. Well, so 10 seconds. Oh, that's a long time in a song. That song came from me trying to imitate Steve Earle. He does a song called Billy Austin. And I remember being at the Rocky Mountain Folks Festival, and he played Billy Austin solo on the stage. And I just remember by the end of the song, I was sitting in the grass listening to him, and I was pulling up grass out of the dirt and just weeping because the song was so incredible when it came to capitulation for that guy. My guy is a little bit more hope after his 10 years, and I was thrilled with how that song came out, and I'm glad you guys dug it. And I've got some requests. I'm so sorry it froze on you. I'm not sure how much of that is my fault. So depending on how much you missed or what, I'll play it again. Because that's the kind of brother I am. Good. Some of you are saying the stream is good. So the stream is good is a good thing to say to a 60-odd-year-old man. Let me tell you, when the stream is good, yeah, I'm happy. All right, Suzanne. That's what they told me when first I met Lanny. A little bit crazy, I had to see for myself. He once ran the numbers without pencil or paper. Now he's 1 in a million, he'll tell you himself. Sleeps fine at night on the couch of these friends. Spends most of the days on Percocets and reruns. Sometimes we're blessed, he's the first one to say that it's a far cry from how they found me. Twice struck by lightning, my fingers still tingle, and sometimes I can't feel the very tips of my toes. And on a good day my heart skips only one beat. So I had to ask him, what were the chances? When was the first time? How did it happen to you? Where were you standing? What were you wearing? Did you see your name in the news? And he said, sometimes there's rain without any thunder. I had no warning. How could I possibly know? So I went out walking. How could you blame me? Sometimes you do that when something's over and done. Twice struck by lightning, my fingers still tingle. Sometimes I can't feel the very tips of my toes. And on a good day my heart skips only one beat. Sometimes we're blessed with an aerial view of our lives, and sometimes we're cut and we don't even know it. It's like a left to the jaw, a scar to the heart, and then the count comes 5, 4, 3, 2. Twice struck by lightning, my fingers still tingle. Sometimes I can't feel the very tips of my toes. And on a good day my heart skips only one beat. Oh. Again, I want them cleaner. I'm glad you like that line, Drew. I think one of my favorite lines. I'm sorry, we're talking about the songs necessitates me sounding like I'm bragging on myself, so forgive me. Those of you that do know me, you know I'm not arrogant, but those of you that don't know me, maybe I sound like an asshat, but we all have favorite lines in our own songs. And my favorite line in that song is, sometimes we're left with an aerial view of our lives. And I just love that idea. And it came to me, I don't know where, but it came to me. And that song is about a guy that used to work in our booking office. His name is Charlie. And Charlie was mentor for my booking agent, Tim Drake, of the Roots Agency. And Charlie was not only a booking agent, but he was also a promoter. And he managed a bunch of showrooms and restaurants in Florida for Joe Namath, Broadway Joe. I don't know what the name of the restaurants were, but they were in the 70s and early 80s, I think. And Charlie was the manager for entertainment and all the other stuff that was going in a lot of those restaurants. And he made a lot of money and put a lot of it up his nose. And I guess after those restaurants closed and he was looking for work, he ended up in pretty dire straits. And one day my agent, Tim, gets a call up in, my agent's just outside of New York. And he gets a call from a friend. He says, another agent friend, he says, "Oh, you remember Charlie?" And Tim says, "Yeah." And he says, somebody just spotted him on the streets of New York pushing a cart and talking to himself. So my agent, but a half hour away from New York City in New Jersey, cleared out his station wagon, found this guy, brought him home, gave him the room upstairs, and made him an office manager. And that's the kind of people wonder why do you stick with your agent as long as you have Vance? Maybe he could be doing this and that and the other for you more. I said, there's a certain amount of loyalty because this guy will stick with you when times get tight. And I've been with the same agent for over 20 years. And that's kind of unheralded in this business. But yeah, he took Charlie in, and Charlie was a mess. Charlie, he was still addicted to things like cough syrup and things like that. And he would make up phone numbers. If it was putting them on your itinerary, he would just make up a phone number. And if you got him on the phone, God help you, because then came the stories. And one of them was that he was struck twice by lightning. And I figured I had to write his story and put it in the song. He ended up in a veteran's home. I guess he was I think he was a Vietnam vet. And he ended up in a home for an elder, high care kind of home. And he booked me to play down there for, I don't know what, the money, I didn't know. It wasn't for much of anything. I don't know, $25-50. I don't remember what it was, but I easily drive to New Jersey. I did 2 of them. And he was in a wheelchair, as was everybody else there. And he was still booking come his last years, and then finally he passed. And but I'll never forget him, and I'll never forget the loyalty that that those men showed me and showed each other. And that's that story. Oh my God, I'm talking so much. You guys want to hear music? I don't want to talk so much. But some of these songs require setup, and so let me look through some of this strip here. I'm glad you liked that story. That's right. A model airplane man has a particular right to write about an aerial view. You ain't kidding. Struck twice by lightning and attacked by a Watusi. That's a song that I don't want to be to write with. Suzanne, you're a hospice worker and you work with a lot of vets. Bless you. Suzanne, this is your day. I dedicate a good portion of whatever I'm doing to you and your hard work working with vets. And appreciate that. And yay, yippee skippy for those of you. I'm glad you like the story. Story songs. Yeah, the setup. I mean, these are sort of like closers, though. The setup makes the song endearing, but I seem to be closing with stories too. Loyalty is a number one. I think you got to do what you got to do. He's always said you got to do what you got to do, but my agent has always said you always have a booking agency here if you want it, and that was probably the most loyal thing anyone's ever said to me. And there you have it. So cool. I'm glad you dig it. Oh my God, I've got so many old story songs too. Let me play a more recent one. off Salinas, on your knees in the bulkhead of his boat, where you keep that lovely figure with your finger down your throat. And all I ever wanted was this song here that I wrote. Cousin Shelley's station wagon and you. We were wise-ass sideways glances and all staying up past dawn, making love in that old Chevy parked on Cousin Shelley's lawn. Now you're pretty well past 50 and your tooth enamel's gone. And I know I'll never get this message through to you. I've seen you work your magic up on the silver screen, play the part of the mother of the girl you used to be. It wasn't the auditions that took you away from me. We just drifted apart, Hollywood, Philadelphia. Cousin Shelley died like 10 or 11 years ago, and I traded in that wagon for a minivan with mileage so low. You'd swear I drove it off the lot brand spanking new. But it's a 92. Goddamn this computer, you can look up anything. It's like potato chips or crack with its addictive wiring. Shut it down, the screen goes black, and I remember singing in Cousin Shelley's station wagon with you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you dug that. Hey, Tommy, I'm glad you're here. Tommy Harmon is here, too. Tom Nellen is here. Yeah, man. Tom Nellen is one of my oldest friends around nowadays. Rock it out, bud. Yeah, thank you for that. Are you a grandfather yet? Did your daughter pop? Ooh, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Castles made of sand. Wow. Oh, Peter's looking for the story behind Cousin Shelley. Cousin Shelley is nobody that is anybody that I can think of. But sitting in the Chevy in the driveway was me and the first woman I ever kissed, which was also my first prom date. She went on to be a great dentist, and then in Florida somewhere, she ended up being a dentist, and she took government money to take care of low-income people, and she embezzled it and ended up going to jail. So that was happened to... Oh, you're a grandfather, Tom. Oh, my God, that's so fabulous. Congratulations. Deborah will be glad to know, too. Hi, Pammy. Hi, Pulali. Good to see you. Wow, Tom, that's so great. Congratulations. Pam, I have a song for you. Oh, I want... oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to play this. Pamela is one of my oldest friends. I've known Pam since 1976, and ex-girlfriend. Pamela's an ex-girlfriend too. Pamela and we dated off and on once in a while, from somewhere between 76 and And by the time I graduated, 83 or something or other, we were hanging out from time to time. But I owe Pamela, she gave me a lot of, she was very enthusiastic about me playing and singing. Her dad was one of the reasons why I do this. He is truly one of the great old white men in my life. And hey, Jim and Dee Dee, I know you guys like old white men too. I'll do that. So, Pammy, I wonder if I could get through this song. This is a story. You were the first one to hear this song, honey. You and John Broley, who might be listening tonight with his family. Oh my God, I can't do this. Come along with me now. There's a man you must see. He's as old as an oak, gray as can be. He's a drifter in town, and if you listen, you're bound to hear. Where's my lady love? He's a sailor on shore, selling desperate seas. She's a princess d'Amour, brings him down to his knees with a wink of her eye and the kiss of the night to come. Where's my lady, lovely lady? He gave all his heart, but heartless was her return. She made a solemn vow to never love another till his lover came along. Now whiskey makes him mumble in this song. Ooh, yeah. On a cold, misty night, in a sleepy old town, where the shades are drawn tight and there's no one around. If your doorstep is darkened, it's the drifter whose heart is alone. Where's my lady? Where's my lady? Where's my lady love? Wow, that's been a long time. I tried to be as complicated as I could on the guitar and tell the story of the guy. And I was picking up where the song, Phil Oak's song, Pleasures of the Harbor, left off, where that bunkmate of theirs fell in love with the prostitute in the song. And that song is my depicting that guy 20 years later. He never left the harbor again. He just ended up being on the lookout for his love. And Pleasures of the Harbor holds a really important part of my heart and soul, because it was one of the first folk tunes that I heard. And the reason why that it's that was just back in the early mid 70s, late 60s, early 70s, when we moved to Willingboro, New Jersey from Philadelphia. My mother would clean the house on Saturdays, and I would help. And she would put on the stereo, the big console thing with the two big ass speakers on each side, you know. And she'd put the stereo on, and she'd put on a Muzak station. which had, Engelbert Humperdinck, Le bicyclette de Versailles, and all those kind of tunes. But they would put Pleasures of the Harbor on by Phil Ochs because of, the album version of it has this huge, unbelievable string section part. And I couldn't get anything done when it was on because it riveted me. It was an unbelievable string thing. So if you go to your Spotify when we're done, don't do it now. Go to Spotify and pull up Phil Ochs' Pleasures of the Harbor, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's him and the guitar interspersed with this huge string section stuff. And it stuck in my mental craw for, wow. So that had to be a decade after that when I got to college and wrote that. And in that dormitory that I lived in, Pam, and you worked upstairs at the dining thing, and you would come down and hang out with me, and I would play whatever little tunes I came up with, and that was one of them. And I didn't even know Pleasures of the Harbor. I couldn't play that, but I could play my own song. Oh, yes, I could. That's arrogant right there. I'm not even going to learn the other song. I'm going to play my own song. So that's Pleasures of the Harbor. Let me play this for DD and Jim. Thank you, Betsy. I love that melody too. When was the last time I wore a pair of those shoes, John? Yeah, I was in Burdick. I was in Burdick Basement. I was one of the Burdick Basement boys, Pam. Last time I wore a pair of those shoes, John, was on a boat. I was in the South Atlantic wearing one of those shoes on a show. I don't know, Suzanne. Taking It All to Tennessee is not a story song, really. It's just me being angry. Andy, thank you so much. That's so nice. Roger. Maybe I should play some sort of English, Scottish stuff for you, Roger. Towson University. No, oh no, that's not Pam. Connecticut College in New London, Connecticut. Hey Kate, yeah, the boat. I was such a strange boy. 40 years or so back then. Fat with big thick old glasses. I had trouble making friends. Cruising through my neighborhood. Could easily have come to no good end. Till I stumbled into the workshops of old white men. Call your mother, you can stay. That's about all they'd ever say. And they'd take the lid off of some old wooden box, and inside would lay a gem made of string, spring, wood, and glue. Right then and there, I'm sure I knew firsthand the raw ingredients of old white men. Oh, white man, get teary-eyed December 7th. Oh, white man, salute every flag they see. Oh, white man, didn't care how cool I couldn't be. A drop of glue will do to helping men. Put the cap on when you're through, said old white man. It was all ball-peen hammers and calipers, dovetail joints and acetone, tools and printed circuits, screws and spokes and wheels. The difference between truth and opinion. When you're old enough, be sure you vote. And never trust a woman wearing more than 3-inch heels. Oh, white man, living cross-cut chainsaw lives. Old white men, they don't talk back to their wives. Old white men, thanks to them, I can sharpen your kitchen knives with a stone. Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder what became of old white men. Do they synchronize their watches as on and on time marches? Do their belts need extra notches as their waistlines grow big and round? I call their wives up often, and I carry their husbands' coffins as these gray hairs of my own chase me down. Over the years I outgrew my awkward situation. I went to college, joined a cause, became the black man I never was. And over the years I learned to view old white men with suspicion, 'cause I'd heard the world was run and ruined by old white men. Tommy, I can't help but think about your dad, Tom Nellen Sr., Tom Hallman, your daddy too. Last Thursday I was hunched over my Briggs and Stratton boy, trying to adjust the carburetor when this kid come bending my ear. Always bugging me when I'm working, so I said, make yourself seem useful, son. Clean the carbon off that spark plug, wipe it down, and hand it here. Oh, white man, look me squarely in the eyes, old white men. They look right past my skin, old white men. I can hear them oh so clearly. Are you gonna just stand there with that sanding block, son? Make it so these pieces fit again. Thank you, Caroline, for taking care of those guys in the hospital. That Louise, don't leave a trace. It's been too long. I don't have that one under my fingers at this point. Sorry about that. And so old white men. That was Deborah likes to call them list songs. There's a list of things that somehow or another I managed to arrange poetically. And that's one of them. But there's a lot of I'm just giving credit where credit is due. There's a lot of old guys that just took me under their wing for my model airplane hobby or playing tennis when I was a tennis instructor, and people just thought of me as it is a big song for today, Tim. Thanks for recognizing as such. Thank you, buddy. Love you too, Tommy. It's just a way to recognize, even as, I'm going to go into politics here for a second. No matter how far left you get or how far to the right you get, somebody, if you're a halfway decent human being by the time you're somewhere between 30 and 80 years old, it's because you had a balanced diet of people who were part of your milieu. So that's what that's about. And I did, and that's why I make the decisions. Crow. Do your thing. I get it. Thank you so much for the time you spent, love. Brakeman's son. Who asked for that? Chuck? I wonder if I could get through that here now. Let me see if I can do Brakeman's son. The brakeman's son wanders through my gate, face and hands covered with what he last ate. My dog's licking from head to toe, knock him down gentle in the virgin snow. His daddy's nervous, 'cause it don't make sense how his baby boy end up this side the fence. But these dogs will put a hurting on a stranger cub that ever lay a hand on the brakeman's son. Now me and your daddy don't speak, and that's fine, since he up and sold his parcel to the Northwest line. They cut the train trestle across my land, turned my topsoil into worthless sand. No, you will never see us breaking bread. Now the railroad got a price upon my head. We'll be doing battle till our days are done. Now there's a legacy for the brakeman's son. Now the brakeman stops a moving train, and his son looks up at the pouring rain, and he catches raindrops in a little paper cup, and when that fills up on his tongue, Now never hold against a hard-working brakeman, doing his job the best he can, doing what he can to keep his family fed, still never be the one to move the train ahead. There'll never come a day we see eye to eye, and I think about it every time a train rolls by. Foundation of my house is full of holes and cracks, and I said things to your daddy that I can't take back. Now the brakeman's son moving train, and his son looks up at the pouring rain. I can't unset the setting sun, and there ain't gonna be no winning when this war is won. But these dogs will put a hurting on a stranger come that ever lay a hand on the brakeman's son. Oh, oh. Boy, that's been a long time. I guess you'll be wanting a story behind that one. Could you hear that from down the street, Peter? Through the window? That's off of the Old White Men album. And that and Up on Rockfield were albums that were made when a man lived behind us with his family, very rich people. And I'm sorry to have painted it like that, but they were very rich, and he introduced himself by coming down the walk and saying, hey, my name is whatever his name is, and I hope you keep your lawn the way I do, because I've just been diagnosed as OCD. And that was the beginning of the end for us in a lot of ways. And he was a bit of a property ogre. He co-opted pieces of land as his and started mowing them, and was a horrible man for the time that he was living here. And those of you that know who I'm talking about, if you might have a different view, because he might have even talked trash to you about us, but I'm just telling you like it T.I. is. I'm too old to lie, that's a line coming up in a song somewhere. I'm too old to lie. And this man was a real classist cretin, unfortunately, but he was also ill. So he and his mother wrote a long, nasty letter about our clothesline, because we were low class, hanging our clothes out on a clothesline, and that was just pieces of it. Leaving our trash cans out too long, things like that. He was really quite OCD and privileged, and he had his wife started having kids, and they had this one little boy, and the little boy was ignorant of everything that was anything, because he's a little boy. And I had the 2 poodles, of course, who loved little kids. No, Peter, he wasn't a dick. He was ill. Here's the thing. As soon as I find out somebody's ill, I'll do what I can to protect myself, but they are immediately forgiven. I don't know if that's Buddhist or Christian or what it is. It's some mix of those things, but as soon as, the human condition is a bitch, man, and that's just how I roll. And but the little boy at one point cut loose out of his dad's arm. He was like 2.5 and ran right up to me and the 2 dogs. And I was like, I don't know what to do, because I got the 2 dogs, and you're patting the dogs, and the dogs are licking him all over, and he hates us, and we, at that time, hated him, but there was his innocence and the dog's innocence, and there's where that song lives. And I haven't sung it in a long time. It's a mix of things. It's a sort of it's an African shout. It's got child's ballad English kind of sensibilities that way, and it also what little bit I know about Native American singing and storytelling, it has a little bit of that vibe in it. So all of my backgrounds ended up in this song in one form or another. No, he was just a. I don't know how good a man I am, but I thank you, Ellis. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to do the thing with the thing, and have the thing done to me as I would be. He was a brakeman. That's right. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Peter. He was a brakeman on the bobsled team. That's a part of the story I need to tell. He was a brakeman on the bobsled team, a U.S. bobsled team. He never competed. He was like 2nd or 3rd string or something. But he was a brakeman on the bobsled team, and that was one of his claims to fame. And when they were building this house, they were setting off all kinds of charges to break the rock back there to build the house. So that's why our foundation of our house is cracked. So I ran all those things together, which is what you do when you write songs. Yeah, thank you, Karen. Well, they're not all going to be happy songs. I can make you happy if you want to sing a song. No, I'm not going to do that. That was a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see if I do have any happy storytelling songs. I don't know. Oh my God, no, I don't. All my storytelling songs are pretty dark. I think this song is over 30 years old. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Steel pulse and a steady hand. You're as cool as the night, even with the sunrise in your eyes. Steady hand, all right, you'll soon be out of sight. You got the covers barely lifted, you're gifted in your daring skate. How did it feel to climb into the ring? You were looking for a fight, singing take me on or take me in. You never saw a battle, but you leave through force of habit. Looking through a frosted window, a reminder that it's warm inside. How can you get close when you're outside looking in? How can you see love when you're outside looking in? Heaven help and hold you when you're outside looking inside for it all. Keeping with tradition, you answer yourself slowly. Since you're the only witness, this couldn't be a crime. Well, both of you are willing, only one of you is loving. You could understand the difference, but it takes up too much of your time. So you memorize a number to a perfect situation. Reclaim your priceless freedom as you pull out into traffic where you can put a little distance and time between connections until some other evening when you're baying at the moon again. How can you get close when you're outside looking in? How can you see love when you're outside looking in? Heaven help and hold you if you're outside looking inside for it all. And if you think that you're the owner of this memory, remember you weren't alone. Now it's back to business where you calculate each moment, where you measure your success by a number or an unknown name. You can put it all behind you, you can get behind the wheel. You're the famous moving target, you're forever changing lanes. Using up the freeway, your hand outside the window. The wind between your fingers won't take her memory away. She's sure to stay with you, and when you very least expect it, it reduces you to wonder. There's no answer in your briefcase. How can you get close when you're outside looking in? How can you see love when you're outside looking in? Heaven help and hold you if you're outside looking inside for it all. Boy, that's been a long time. Outside looking in, I don't know what I was trying to do. I think I was trying to write a cross between Joni Mitchell's Coyote and A Case of You, as if it was done by Herbie Hancock. That's what I was trying to do. So that's where that song came from, and I was really proud of it at the time. In fact, there's a line in there. We're using up the freeway, your hand outside the window, the wind between your fingers won't take her memory away. And that might sound nasty to you, but Joni Mitchell says the same thing at the end of Coyote when he's staring at his scrambled eggs and he smells her on his fingers. I just stole it. So it was just, smelly applause indeed, Andy. So I just stole that altogether, and so I'm glad. Woo, boy, I haven't played that in a long time. That's a long one. Long time ago one, that is. Saw it written and I saw it say, pink moon is on its way. none of you can stand so tall. Pink moon's gonna get you all today. Pink, 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 pink moon. Saw it written and I saw you know, shining on a dropping soul. Let it stand so tall. Pink moon gonna get you all today. Pink, 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 pink moon. Ping, 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 moon. When evening falls on Brunswick County, I can hear Atlantic water lap around the eastern shore, as far in as Varnum town. Cannonballs and blockade runners sit silent in the old town ruin. Confederate and Union ships lie mute in their watery drown. It's quiet on the ocean highway, Sandy Creek to Calabash. I come in from Pender County, all because you asked to hold my hand. When evening falls on Brunswick County, I can hear your laughter as it echoes round the eastern shore, as far in as Varnum town. There you go, Drew. A little medley of what Nick Drake I'm capable of doing, and yeah, it was a shame for Nick Drake. Good friends with John Martin and Richard Thompson. They were all, and Eric Clapton. Those guys were all kind of hanging together, heading down their own things here. John, really? When Jimmy falls in love? Oh my God! Oh, that's cracking me up. I'm glad you dug that. Thanks, man. Thank you for asking for it. There's not much to that song. It's like 8 lines, and I still couldn't remember them all. That's how I roll. Here, I want to play something that. Oh my God, Biff! Do I even know? I don't know any of Fairport Convention. I don't think. This was me imitating Richard Thompson. And I'll tell you more about the story of this song. I wanted to write Beeswing. I wanted to write Vincent Black Lightning. So I had to do this. I was headed to the 5th floor, just a delivery man, a crate of photographic film grown heavy in my hands. She swore, "Yeah, drop that canister, I'll surely have your head." The rollie is a fickle beast, the film so hard to thread. The way she said it, I believed her. Oh, Eveline, do you see your dreams in the eyepiece of a Rolleiflex 4x4? No man can compete or hold the perfect pose the way you need. Forever now, forevermore, for Eveline. Dodging Sinn Féin bullets or the Battle of Ballantine, when so that's where you find Eveline. The telephone would chatter just as we were settling down. It's the Telegraph Gazette. She's needed out of town, out of town. She was only half here anyway. Oh, Eveline, you put all your dreams in a Bakelite box with a bellows and a reflex lens. Was I ever in a frame? I guess that all depends on what that means. Forever now, forevermore, for Eveline. So you married a well-heeled barrister from up around Sussex town, but no proper gent would ever stand for all that running round. And you gave him a lovely daughter and a couple of handsome sons, and you saved a gilded ball and chain for yourself when it all was done. And the Rolleiflex is collecting dust up on the 2nd floor. The bellows crack, the lens is chipped, the film no good no more, no more good, covered with an old bedspread. Oh, Eveline, didn't I read the headline in the Telegraph Gazette? They found your smiling baby daughter giggling and soaking wet. She'd wandered off for 2 days with a brownie in the pouring rain, and all your world is frantic for her safe return again, save for you, so strangely understanding. Oh, Eveline, do you dream your dreams in a red-lit dark room where the rest of the world can't see? Children at your knee, still you feel the chill of incomplete. Forever now, forevermore, for Eveline. Forever now, forevermore, for Eveline. Richard Thompson would end it like this. Hey, guess what time it is? It's time for me to do a little commercial, and also it's coming up on that time to be the time that it needs to be the time. Wow, 90 minutes goes by pretty quickly, and holy smokes, I didn't even get through all of my house here. I did pretty well. There's a couple story songs that didn't get played. Jenny in the Tower of mine. Judge's House. I did do Judge's House. Jenny in the Tower. Leaving Avon is one that people have asked for. I can't believe I did Outside Looking In. That's pretty crazy. Dear Amelia is kind of a story song and great story behind it. Richard Thompson didn't write Pluto. You're right, he didn't. Thank you for liking my ending, Lisa. This is what, Rebecca? What's rats, honey? But can't play all night. I know what's going to happen. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But I'm flattered that you folks spend this time with me. I know that there's going to be a trickle out as people get back into the world. If you don't go all back out and get sick again. But I so appreciate the opportunity to work out and play and sing. And my fingers are worn out from practicing for some of these. I might do Story Songs Part 2 next week. That might be part of it. And just continue. The thing is only a couple of songs. Or I can just tell more stories. Do I ever play Take Down Your Tag? No, that was a one-timer. I only did that one time. And the other song that I won't do is the one after the shootings. I won't do that. That's up on YouTube, and I'm not doing that anymore either. I never will. Brittany, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me read some letters here for before you guys all split. Speaking of Brittany and everybody at the Bosch Lennig household. Hey Vance, Mondays have been the best. Please keep them rolling. Don't you worry. This and teaching is my only source of income currently. We're always happy to hear your shows live, online, on the moon. We don't care. And I actually put a stamp on this envelope this time. Thank you, Bill, and thanks for the kind check. This is Jeanette Bosch. This is Bill's lovely wife. There she is. Ain't she fine? She fine as hell. Oh, look at that girl. Go, girl. Ooh, Miss Bosch. Miss Bosch. And this is... you guys may have heard me or seen me write about the best wedding that I've ever played. And this is the baby that resulted from the people getting together at that wedding. This is Adelaide Lennig. Adelaide Bosch Lennig. Look at her. I got permission to show her. People don't say, you're showing a child's picture. Tom, this is what you get to look forward to as a grandfather. Look at that, my friend. Oh, isn't she? She is so beautiful. Brittany Marin Lennig. Thank you so much for having this baby. And your baby is cool, I am sure. That baby gonna love some Uncle Vance. Karen Schneiderman, you in your wheelchair can't get out to buy a card. You don't need to buy no card for me. That's just fine. You're low tech and beyond. It's all tech is beyond you. You say, but performance was great. That's from last week. Thank you, Karen. If you hear strange noises in your basement, it's just me. I took you up on the offer for a visit downstairs. Well, you could get into there too because it's accessible. You got to roll down that hill. The driveway to the basement does like that, so you have to pump the brakes on the way down. But you're welcome to live in our basement if that's what you need to do. This is from Peter and his lovely wife Lillian. They got a couple of masks for me. They made masks. Peter made the mask. He made it clear that he made masks for me. Check it. Look at that. Isn't that the bomb? Isn't that pretty? That's great. And here's another one. This is when I'm in a striped kind of mood. Right? Ooh, it's a little tight, but I can put some shit on the back to make that work. And I want to shout out to Vic and Tina Nippert. and their daughter came by, which was the coolest thing for Katrina to come by. She actually dropped by the house and threw these on my lawn. Check out my mask, bitches. Look at my airplane mask. It says, look at that. Woo! Man, not only am I safe, but you're sorry. I am stopping droplets with style. I'm a droplet stopping mother. Anyway, that's how. No matching Speedo. Damn, Tim, I'm the last person you want to see in a Speedo. Ew, man. That's why I sing. When you're built like this, you have to sing. Tom Nowlin, man, I just can't believe you're a grandfather, man. You can't wait for this disease thing to get over with so you can go over there and hold that baby. Man, oh man, I hope that happens soon. No, you're going to get to hold that baby. That's going to be, no, Speedo. Stop the Speedo talk. But yeah, I got look at that mask I got. I also would like to thank some angels. People have been, this is not a pitch. This is the pitch. If you got some pennies, I've got everything. People have sent me everything from $1 on up. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what you do. But there you go. But I want to thank some angels because they kind of go over the top with donations. The Bosch Lennig family, and that includes Jeanette, Bill, Justin, Brittany, and Adelaide. She ain't giving nothing because she had a baby. But she better take care of Uncle Vance when I get old. She's like, I remember him. Lindsay, Miles, and Ted Faela. Thank you guys so much. I never told the story as to where For Eveline came from. And I'll get to that at some point. Good night, Jamie. I want to thank the Bosch family. Ellis, I want to thanks Dan. Thanks Edge Mitchell. Appreciate you, bro. Love you dearly. Fred and Deirdre, if you're out there, that was insane what you did for me. Fred Welski, too. Alan and Verna, that was probably the most insane thing that anyone has done for me in a while, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Craig and Louisa, if you're listening, you can probably hear me down the street, and I run past your house daily. Thank you for loving me. And Don and Lynn, cousin Don, I don't know if you're out there tonight. People might be doing stuff. And Lisa Perry and your husband Rich, you guys are just steady Freddies, and I appreciate that so very much. That's such a great thing that all you people do for me, taking care of me, and making sure that I can pay my bills until this thing is over. So I'm willing to hang out a little while. If all of you are special, you're all special, sure. But I just wanted to make sure those people got recognized because they have been extra super special in extra super special ways, and it's really very appreciated. What Vaseline on the leg? Oh, me? One of those people read, get this, you guys, gifted me, sent me what's going up on here next week. I'm going to have a new camera. I'm going to have a brand new camera. I also want to thank the people that got online with me a couple days back to work out some... I announced that I was going to be online for a minute to work out some bugs, which is why you're getting a better feed tonight. But yeah, this is kind of fuzzy. So I have been gifted a new camera that I think is supposed to work a whole lot better. The hits keep coming. And yeah. Who am I splitting with tonight? Oh, Betsy, thank you so much. Tonight is... who am I giving money to tonight? Damn it. You tell me. I'm getting confused with last week. Can somebody read it off the front of the thing? Who am I giving the money tonight with? Where's my email? I gotta look it up. I have to look it up. Please forgive me. I'm old and I don't remember. Does anybody know? I'm looking it up my own self. And I'll have it for you in a minute. Oh, no, I ain't worried about this camera. This camera's broke. It's crazy. Yes, the COVID-19 Relief Fund for Massachusetts. The governor of Massachusetts' wife is heading up the COVID-19 Relief Fund, and she's clearly working her butt off. That's what I've read. And thank you, Peter. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Really Annoyed. Thank you, Rebecca. That's something I should not be as... I don't mean to be as flippant and remiss about it as I am. The weeks are running. Yeah, I know everybody's telling me, and I appreciate it. And it's good. Yeah, all the COVID workers in Massachusetts, and it's a fund for them, and it's very appreciated. So that's what I am going to give a portion of this to. Thank you for thinking I look good, Fuzzy. I don't know what's with this. You know what? I can't wait to get that other camera working. Maybe you folks would be willing to go online with me, somebody, later in the week to test out the new camera. It also has a microphone, so I don't know how that works, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. The story behind Eveline. There are a couple stories behind it. If you guys want to hear the story behind Eveline, let me put up my commercial again here. The story behind Eveline is Jason, if you're still there, Tom, both Toms, Jason, I don't know who else is there, but I was looking at pictures of a plane called the de Havilland DH-50, big biplane with a big gnarly engine up in the front, one engine, and the name of the plane was Geraldine, and that is important to know because the plane was used to fly into places of insurgents with a reporter in the back. When the plane landed, the reporter would take out a scooter, go to where the thing was happening with their camera over their shoulder, I suppose, which would be a Rolleiflex camera. And they would go to the place, take the pictures, and then dash back to the plane, throw everything into the plane, and as the plane was flying back to jolly old England, for whatever hour and a half, however long it would be in the air, they would, the reporter would type up the story, and there was a dark room on the plane. This is all single-engine biplane. There was a dark room in the plane where the reporter could get the pictures to come alive, and then when they landed, they could immediately get them onto the teletype, or however it was, and disseminate the news that way. So the plane was named Geraldine, and I didn't want it to sound like a Flip Wilson show thing, so I changed the name of the plane in my mind to Eveline, and I turned the plane into this woman who had to go out to these various places from England and write these stories. And then I expounded on what her story might have been. And that was a pretty wild story to tell. And the narrator is the guy that loved her, but watched from afar after a while. So he became, he was in the center of the story, and then not unlike the guy in Bee's Wing, when he finally heard more about the lover and such. So that was my imitating Richard Thompson kind of thing. Now let me tell you a story about the camera. I needed an old European camera to be the subject material for this song. And there's a couple lines in there where I sing about a Rolleiflex. And I wrote to, I don't know who's still listening, both Toms and Jason, you wouldn't know this guy, but both Toms and a couple of the other people remember Greg West. Greg West had a company that would gather uniforms for movies and helmets and things like that. And he knew things about cameras and old groups of things. So I wrote him and I said, Greg, can you tell me what an old camera would be back from the 20s? And he said, well, yeah, one was called a Rolleiflex. And that's what a reporter would use if they were going out on location, because it didn't require the big, huge flash and everything else. And I said, okay. And I'm writing the song, and I come to the lines of that Rolleiflex is a Rolleiflex is a Vance Rolleiflex. And I was like, Rolleiflex. I said, man, I just, that's just not working coming out of my face. We're Rolleiflex, singing it like that. I was like, I wonder if people would recognize whether I shortened it and called it a Rolly. So I thought about it, and I said, so I did what I am smart to do from time to time. I took the song and I put it aside for a while. And I went and checked my email, and Greg had written me back a second time. Oh, by the way, people didn't say Rolleiflex. For short, they'd call it a Rolly. And I was like, oh my gosh, inadvertent win. I had no idea that it was a win for me. And I went back and the Rolly is a fickle beast. The film's so hard to thread, hard to thread. The way she said it, I believe it. Oh, Eveline. So that's where Rolly and Rolleiflex come from. Inadvertent research. And I'm pretty proud of that song because it was, again, it's me trying to imitate the great and a friend of mine, Richard Thompson. I love Richard Thompson. I remember when Falcon Ridge had him at the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival, and I think it was one of the biggest turnouts since Ani DeFranco was there. And at the end of his set, and he said he had the whole band there, and it was a monster set. It was just jaw-dropping. And he was like 12 people deep backstage, and I was walking backstage. I was walking past something. Vance! Come, good, great to see you, Vance. Come see. Hey, hello. This is Richard Thompson calling to me, yo. Richard Thompson, all these other people, because he's tall. He was like, hello, Vance. Good to see you. It's like, yeah, man. That English bitch is a friend of mine. Anyway, so, yeah, so I love that song, too. So next week, maybe Story Songs and the story behind the songs, part 2. I still am toying with the idea of having a night where I play songs that aren't done. There is also a jazz night coming at some point. You could hear the wind whistle through that night from most people. But I want to play a night where I play a lot of the jazz standards that make me who I am today. And Lisa Jeanette, thank you. Lisa Jeanette has some ideas for some themes, like every third song from all of your albums or something. Like she came up with a whole bunch of cool things. That there's a pay thing down there again if you feel like it. If you ain't got no money, you people are sitting home and not drawing checks or anything. If you have no money, that's fine. I don't care. I need to play, so I'm here. And so any other questions? Anybody got anything else that they want to jaw about? Covers of my favorite songs. I've kind of done that, but yeah, no, I really don't do the blues. I don't have much that's in the way of blues. It was these things come down as urban legend, but Ella Fitzgerald was asked once, why don't you do a blues album? And she says, oh, I don't know, I'm just so happy. Oh my gosh. So all Hasselhoff song night. Maybe I'll just play the theme to Knight Rider for like an hour. Oh, shoot. You didn't think I'd be able to pick up on that where it picked up. Well, we need to listen. Listen to what, Elizabeth? What, Betsy? Yeah. Boxers or briefs? My favorite underwear are boxer briefs. It's the briefs that kind of are long and legged, tight-fitting underwear. That's what I like. There you go. Why you want to ask something like that, Dave? Damn, bro. Love you too, John. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. How about that? I went through a night with... There's a whole bunch of stuff I didn't play tonight. It was a fun night. I'm too happy. Yeah, the blues... there's a couple things that are blues. Santa Claus will stand up in your yard. That's kind of bluesy. But yeah, I don't really play the blues. I'll leave that to the blues guys. I'm sort of a pop takeoff, rip-off guy. Yeah, I'm a total glorious nerd. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kenny, I didn't know you were out there. I've known him probably longer than anybody that's on this feed. I love you, Kenny. Let me know how Mom is and everybody else in your family, even the ones you can't stand. Oh, my goodness. Is your boy's getting married. When is that? What, is he doing it online? I've been to a couple online weddings. You said you needed to play, and I said, well, we need what do you... I don't even know what this is. Betsy, I don't know what you said. I don't know if that's a native writing. I don't know what that is. It's good to see you, Rebecca. Good to see your little sign here. Please go write some blues. Good night, Teresa. Thank you so much for hanging out. Drew. Y'all Boschises, thank you so much, Bill. Love you guys. Hi, Ann. November for now. Okay, they're keeping their fingers crossed, I would imagine. Oh, man, I know, right? People are wishing and pissing up a rope for everything to be open by November. All of a sudden, something magical going to happen in 6 months. Good luck with that, everybody. I keep thinking I'll keep doing these because I think we're going to be back. But I don't want to go all into that, but whoop-tit might be. 11 Mondays, all perfect. You're so kind, Bill Bosch. Thank you for that. Yeah. This is what I do now. One night will be all Brazilian songs. Not all, but it'll be a lot of Brazilian bossa novas. I know Peter would like that. I'll have to work for that one a bit because I don't think I can pull the whole 90 minutes off for sure. I'll have to intersperse. That will be a night where I intersperse those tunes. All right. For the Betsy, let spell check do its thing. I gots to go. We're building tiny houses for the homeless. You forgot the M, honey. The homeless. There's a whole lot of us out there with no holes now. Come on, Betsy. Pulali Ginkgo, you know I loved you. I've loved you for 40 years, sweetie pie, bunkin' pumpkin. 45 years. Oh, me Jesus. All right, sweetie. How many is a Brazilian? Stop it with the speed. I know. Many. How many is a Brazilian? That's a lot. How may is a Brazilian? I don't know what you mean by that, David. I know, right? Ouch. Betsy, don't be mad. You're the one that wrote of building tiny houses for the homeless. We know what you meant, Betsy. She builds houses for the homeless, people in the Midwest, and particularly for people in the Indian. Oh, I love you, Betsy. I got a sticky keyboard too. You know why these keyboards are sticky? Because we spending so much more time on them and eating in front of them and dropping shit in the keyboard. Damn, Betsy, you crack me up. We old. Yeah, honey, we are old, Pammy. But when I saw you, you looked great, girl. Your whole family looked great. And that was great pizza. Man, that pizza up there was so nice. Man, and I have to dash home after that. Woo! Lactose intolerant. I don't care. I'm old. I don't care. No, I wash these clothes. It don't matter to me. Is that too much information? Yeah, Betsy's a badass. Give her a round of applause. She has battled everything. She has been up against it, and she still manages to be decent people. And also the other caretaking woman, Carolyn, who was the nurse. There's a couple other nurses on here. Thank you. I don't know if Lee's here tonight. Lee and Pam. Pam's a nurse during the day, taking care of people. Thank you. Did you guys not hear the end of Judge's House? Is that what happened? Oh, I didn't get the last verse. Shit, I'm going to do that last verse. The judge, your kid's old now, mine are too. You'll come around to see it, mine never do. But somewhere on a wall in a house this side of town hangs a picture of a little girl that'll never come around. Judge, I got a fistful of roses, and I toss them on your lawn. Put the car in drive, and I'm all gone, all gone. Judge lives here on this side of town. The grass is green, and the sidewalks are long like memory. They go on and on and on and on and on and on. There's your last verse of the Judge's House. Man, I can't believe as hard as I've worked to pull that back together. That this YouTube would take a dump on that. But there you have it. There are still 85 people out there. Seriously, people. Yeah, it is very redemptive, Chuck. Yeah, I'm glad you found it. I'm glad I could pull it off again. I'm going to start playing it out more. I think it's a better song than I give it credit for. I actually like it. It's thank you so much, Hippie Wife Designs, whoever that is. Thanks, Dave. I'm glad you dig that song, man. It's a big ass song. It's that's one of those songs I feel like that I should pull up more. If I have a bad voice, if I have a good night, Diamond Hon. And when I have a shit voice, that would be a great song to sing, because you don't have to have a monster voice to tell that story. Lost in Space? The theme to Lost in Space? People are asking for the theme to Lost in Space. That's crazy, but that's gonna cost you money. You should pay me money, Chuck, for that. Thanks, Regina. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it is. It's heavy, but like Chuck says, it's redemptive, Dave. It brings it back around. And I didn't know what was gonna happen in that song. I didn't know. I was writing the song. This guy, I didn't know what was gonna happen. And he takes his rose. The next thing I know, I was writing is takes these roses and tosses them on the lawn. That's when I'm at my most honest. That's when I'm happiest. Writing, my most honest at that point. Same thing with Old White Men. The next thing I know, this kid is bugging me, and I'm the old white man. I'm helping this kid do something. And danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay night. Yeah, it was an okay night. Thanks, Louise. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was an okay night. I killed it. I smoked this night. Oh. No, I know what you meant. Good night. Thank you, Bassman. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. I'll give my love to your family. Private note, let me know how well you are, Mike. Let me know that you're on the mend. That would be great. Yeah, I sang well tonight. I know I'm going to do these. I go to bed earlier on Sunday, and I jog earlier in the day so I can recover. Andy, what are you kidding me? This is seeing your name up there early on until now means the world. I appreciate it. It's a lovely 2 hours to spend with you, fine ass people. Sure. Anybody have anything else? If you don't, we're at the 9:30 mark, and that's when I pull up. Amber, you're so sweet, Amber. I appreciate it. I know, Margaret. Isn't it something? My finger was in focus. Look at that, but I'm not. Isn't that something? I don't know what to make of that thing. It's well, we got this new camera that'll go on there. I'll do something with it at some point. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being out here. And let me make my pitch one more time. One thing is going to happen. I'm going to one of these nights is going to be a You Program It night. I'm going to, at some point, I'll spread it out that if you want to help program the night, you pay me a certain amount of money. And if you want to program the whole night, if you want to program 90 minutes of music, I'll probably charge you somewhere between $250 and $500 to program the whole evening of music. And I don't know how to do that with a lottery or something or other, or maybe the first one that donates or something. But yeah, I'm going to have a gift program a night, and this is as self-serving as anybody else could be, Karen. I appreciate you thinking I'm being so generous. I love this, and the whole weekend is about preparing for this in so many ways, because what else am I going to do, right? Except to drive out to Dan's house and get eggs. Thank you, Dan, for the eggs and asparagus, which I can't eat. I can't eat either one of those things. Deborah eats them. The eggs I've ended up allergic to, and asparagus, too high in purines for me. So, but I love them. But yeah, I'll have people program one of these nights. Yeah, I know it's dangerous, right? There'll have to be a little tiny bit of back and forth. But if somebody's paying me $500 and they want the theme to Lost in Space, by golly, I'm doing the theme to Lost in Space, which was written and conducted by, if you look on the credits, Johnny Williams. That's exactly what it says. It says Johnny Williams. Yeah, John Williams, the now retired conductor. Johnny Williams. That's what it. He was just a kid there. Get over here, Johnny. I want you to write us a theme for Lost in Space. Oh, the pain, the pain. Yeah, Zachariah Smith. For sure. Lisa Jeanette, do you know Penny? You guys know each other. Of course you do. Do I ever cover Iris DeMent tunes? I don't have anything in the quiver of Iris's. 13 variations. I'm not writing a suite. What? You don't have me. You've been very generous to me, but you don't have enough money. 13 variations on a theme of Pluto. Suze, no, I don't do any Irish DeMent. Twice Struck by Lightning. I did Twice Struck earlier, honey. And there's two of you. And may I suggest? Yeah. Tom, theme from Sea Hunt. But. I know, we wrote, Tom wrote lyrics to it. He's so stupid. This is Max Fly Art is Tom Hallman. Truly one of the, still working and one of the greatest, paperback cover art well, not only paperback, but book cover art of people in all of the Americas. And he is indubitably my best friend on the planet, and close friend with all of us. And he and his wife do all the album covers that make some damn sense, that are nice. They do. The ones that I did, they didn't do. So that's their thing. And yeah. 90 minutes of Vance Does Sesame Street. That's a lot of work. I mean, I'm not talking about me. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it, girl. I killed Twice Struck by Lightning. I played the hell out of it. So I'll do it again at some point. But yeah. So he's a great cover artist and a great friend, and takes care of me art-wise. And yeah, that's well, I love you guys. This is a blast. This is as much food for me as it is music for you. And I'm glad this stream was better, even though it dropped out for a minute. I don't know what caused that. But do I know any sea shanties? Brunswick County is as close to a sea shanty as I get. Spencer the Rover is not a sea shanty, but it's a night of Ellis. These need to be. You need to program a night of stuff that I do, not other people's shit. No, I'm not. No, a night of Ellis Paul covers. You want a night of Ellis Paul covers? Go listen to Ellis Paul. Who was another one of my best friends. Thank you, Beck and Tim. Guten Nacht. Ich liebe dich. So, appreciate you guys. I've been scubaing. I've been diving down. Yeah, you were debating whether to even type those. I know you were, Tom, because you knew I'd say that. Oh my, you're so sweet, Margaret. You're so funny. I'm your idol. Please, you're so cute. And good night, you guys. I'm signing off. I'm gonna click on this thing here that all older men wish they could do. It says end streams. I can't believe I said that. All right. Much love.